Right now, the world is focused on the race to create a coronavirus vaccine, but there could be another tool in the works to help stop the spread. Janelle Bluda connects the dots.
Researchers believe they have come up with a novel way to stop the spread of coronavirus. A nasal spray. Let's connect the dots. The spray is not a vaccine or even a drug to treat COVID-19. Instead, it blocks the body from absorbing the virus. It has been developed by an international team of scientists, and testing is still in the early stages. Right now, the researchers say they have successfully used it on ferrets, which may seem odd, but the animal is often used to test treatments for human respiratory diseases. If they can prove it works on humans, it would be a new way to battle this pandemic. Researchers think people could use the nasal spray once a day to prevent contracting coronavirus. It is inexpensive to produce and does not require refrigeration, so the hope is it could be used in countries that will have a harder time distributing a vaccine. And while the idea sounds a little out there, it's not actually unheard of. Researchers have developed similar sprays called fusion inhibitor peptides, but they were for viruses that are either not widespread or already have a vaccine, so there has been little commercial interest. More research needs to be done on this one, but scientists are hopeful. Connecting the dots, I'm Janelle Bluda for H-Town Rush.